Well, I said it this morning that I was going to be having a lot of different videos come out today, and this is still just the beginning. Although I've already posted some. We watched part of Karen Reed's trial, and then I started working on these videos. Karen Reed, though, really quick. I am not going to stay and watch it live every single day. Law and Crime were having issues yesterday. They kept losing their audio, and then eventually the whole video or stream went down. We switched to Court TV, and they had no problems, but then today, Court TV went down. I think my internet then slowly started acting weird. I'm like, we're just gonna do this, because with their issues and then mine, it just is wasting time. So at least I'll go through, I'll edit out all the breaks. It will be straight through and we don't have to wait on anything to watch. So that's the plan. All right, now for today's video. After Lori Vallow was found guilty yesterday, Charles' parents and family came out and gave a press conference. So we are gonna go ahead and watch it. And if you weren't watching every day, there was one day in the trial that his mom took the stand, and it's so awkward with like Lori asking her questions, and the mom's like, she has to be sitting there being like, you killed my son. But she held her own. His mom did. She was definitely going after her the best that she could. I mean, she still didn't want to get in trouble with the judge or anything, but yeah, I thought she did really good. And I think it also threw Lori's entire questioning off with her, because she ended up answering something bad and like shading Lori, and then Lori said, okay, nothing further. And I'm like, oh, that was not good for her. The whole thing's not good for her. I'm gonna go ahead and get this open up so we can watch his family. In a little bit, I have to go get my oldest daughter, that I'll be back, but some of the jury members actually spoke out, so we're gonna watch that later too. All right, if you need the volume up or down, just let me know.
How you feeling?
Great. I'm sure that everyone has heard by now that Vallow Daybell was convicted
Introduce yourself.
in the first degree conspiracy to commit murder against my brother Charles. And it was a relief, a long journey, and I'm just glad it's over with. I really am. My whole family is, my sisters, and I just want to thank everybody, the Arizona Prosecutor's Office, Trina K, and everyone else that was here and got us through it all. Our court advocates and the whole 9 yards. Today's a good day. We won.
Were you worried, Jerry, that the jury might come back with a not guilty at all, or were you pretty confident?
I had a little concern, but when it came back so quick, I pretty much knew that it was done. Nate. So,
What did you think of her demeanor during trial?
I thought she was kind of a smarty pants, not real. I don't know what word I'm looking for. I know which one I would use.
Trying to be nice.
Right. I know which one I would use, but so anyway.
What did you think of her lawyering skills?
I thought she sucked.
You think she did herself any favors by being her own attorney?
Probably not. I'm sure the first day into the trial, she wished she would have had an attorney.
You think?
A real attorney, right.
Did you look at her when the verdict was read?
I could see the back of her head.
And what was there? Did you have any reaction? Did she have any reaction?
I couldn't see, but she didn't shake her head or that I saw. So.
Okay, what did you think looking at her?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Come on, Kay,
I
your
was
turn.
I just saw the back of her head too. I couldn't see anything, and she didn't. A lot of times during court, she'd shake her head no when she didn't agree with something being said, or she would just shake her head no, and she didn't shake her head no. So I guess that means she really did do it.
She seemed to,
Oh, okay. Sorry.
She seemed to really have a visceral reaction to you.
That's what I heard.
And when you were on the stand, what was that moment like for you?
I didn't know that she was that shaken by me being there. And then when I got off the stand, I really didn't even know what I said. And then once Jerry and my sister Susan and our friend Laura Ferris and who else was right there? And Colby was right there. And they were like, "You did so good. She was shaking like a leaf when you..." And I was like, "What? No way." And it was, the more I thought about it, I was like, yeah, okay. That's all I needed to know. That made my day. That of all the people she should be shaking for, and she was shaking about me, good. I was very pleased.
When she read, the verdict was read as guilty.
What
did you feel?
Oh, just 6 years of walking the pits of hell every day, and about halfway through, I realized, okay, I'm going to make it through. But it was a long time.
Elation.
It was a long time before I got to that point. But it's still difficult, but it's okay. I'm ready to move on. It's time. We've got a 10-year-old granddaughter we're raising now, and I've got my hands full, and I'm real happy to be being her grandma. So
she just,
6 years, does it feel real after 6 long years of walking through hell, as you mentioned?
yes, it feels real, because for about 3 years I didn't feel anything. I was totally just didn't feel anything, numb. Then I started feeling
justice for Charles.
Yes, and the order in which it's happened, you know, this was the first incident, the first murder, and then everything up in Idaho, and then so Charles would have wanted, you know, take care of Tammy and the kids first, and get to me when they're ready. And so he would have been. He's fine, and I know that he's pleased with us, and excuse me, there was a bug. I know he's pleased with us, and I feel good.
We had a juror tell us that your testimony stuck with them, and they even saw you after and felt like there was justice for your brother. What does that mean to hear that?
Great. Whatever I said, I struck a chord, and that's what I wanted to do. That's what I was trying to do, and I'm grateful. I mean, hey, the Lord gave us. This was thrust upon us, and our lives just went into like a tornado for a long time, and then getting to say things in the first 2 trials, and then getting to speak about Charles finally, because he's been so silent. And I mean, it's just been silent where he's at. I know people thought we forgot about him, and no way, you know. And but law enforcement never stopped. Like Lori said, they didn't stop, because I was right there behind with law enforcement here in Arizona, talking and saying, "What's going on now? Tell me." You know, I was in contact with them nonstop, so I knew at some point, you know, it was going to happen, and then all the other stuff, and you know, I'm just glad we got to. I'm just glad this is done. Now we just have to get justice for Brandon, and I will be back. I can't stay the whole time for his, but I will stay as long as I can, kind of more towards the end of it, I guess, and because then it will truly be over. I say I've still got a little bit left before I can close my book, but when that's over, then I can close my book.
And Kay, I don't know if you noticed, I saw 2 jurors look at you as they were walking out. Did you notice that at all?
No, I didn't. I watched them walk in because I know that if they look at you when they're walking in, that's a good sign. And nobody looked at me, but I didn't see. So I didn't watch them walk out. I didn't think to look. So
What'd you think
good.
when Lori waived aggravation? What'd you think?
I really couldn't hear her because that baby talk she does, that baby voice. She needs to lose that, man. I hope she grows up in prison and learns how to talk like a woman, and not a baby. But anyway.
One of the jurors, the woman with the long hair, she said that she really just wanted to give you a hug. She's like, afterwards, I really just wanted to give her a hug. Just tell her sorry.
In Idaho, all the jurors I've met from up there, from both trials there, that was the one thing they were like, I just wanted to hug you. I just wanted to hug you. So I hope I get to meet her. I hope she reaches out to me. Nate, if anybody calls you, give them my number. And just make sure they're a real juror. And I want to talk to them. Absolutely.
I was going to say, Kay, I'm wondering if there's anything you'd say to Lori at this point.
We got you. And you're not the smartest person in the room. And now it's time for you just to hide away after Brandon's trial, but you can just hide away and everybody's going to forget about you. We'll be on our way through our life and she'll be rotting in prison where she deserves to be.
And like Charles always used to say, love always wins.
Yeah.
So.
And thank you for saying that. Yeah, love always wins was Charles's thing, and so it does.
She described this as a family tragedy.
That is absurd.
When you heard that mantra over and over again.
And calling Charles my husband, whom she was hated at the time, whom she was ready to kill him. It's like that just shows you what she's an actress. She turns on this persona and goes with it, and then boom, she turns it off, and then there's the real her, whatever the real her is. I sure never knew her.
Tell us a little bit, just for me, about Charles. Let's bring it back to him and his legacy.
Hey, you want to take that one?
Oh, I'm sorry, what was that?
If you could just
Tell
tell us a
them
little
about
bit
Charles.
about Charles and his legacy and how you want us to think about him.
He was my big brother, I followed in his footsteps. I did everything he did. He was only a year and 2 months older than me. So we hung around a lot. We had a lot of the same friends. He was a big influence in my life. And he was just a good dude. He was, all the way from a kid till when she killed him. So,
What did it mean to hug Trina Kay at the end? What did that feel like? To hear the verdict and then give her a hug?
Well, I hugged her and told her I loved her because she did such a great job. And it felt good. It did.
And she did do a great job. And all the detectives and everybody that has worked on this case, from Nicole Byer to she's our victim advocate, and Trina and Nate Duncan and all the detectives that have come, and even we had a few visitors from Idaho that came, and that was welcome. And I got a thank you from, not a thank you, I got a congratulations from Rob Wood, from the prosecutor in Idaho a while ago. And we lost some dear family. We lost a lot, but we have gained family as well. So, there's the silver lining. And even in the worst times of your life, there is something good there. You just take sometimes a little while to find it. But y'all, we're dying here.
And so,
Susan, do you want
Lauren?
to say anything? No, she doesn't want to.
and as a parting shot, they got the bitch again. Thanks, y'all.
All right, so pretty funny. That was crazy. Kay was literally saying what many
Colin
people
Nesbitt,
were saying and
he
repeating throughout the entire
testified.
trial. I can't tell you how many people were saying Lori talking in that baby voice is so annoying and she needs to stop. I love that she was going after her on that. It's not a surprise that probably the jurors and people watching really enjoyed Kay being on the stand. And I think what I'm going to do is I'll go to that day and I will cut it out and I'll put it up as a video and I'll link it in this video in the description. That way if someone's watching live, you can know it's coming, or if you're watching this later because you couldn't catch it, it should be in the description then. But yeah, she was very, she wasn't being too mean, but she definitely was putting the pressure on Lori. And it sounds like she didn't even realize what she was doing, but she was, and everybody else could see that. And I'm glad that she really stuck up for herself in the situation. And, you know, being a little bit intimidating is a good thing, because one of the only other females to take that stand was the girl who went out on a date with Charles, and Lori shredded her. I mean, just was ruthless and horrible. So it was nice being able to see her not do that to somebody else. It's a lot. I'm so happy that it's done for them. Like they said, you know, this is almost closing the book. There's one more trial. I really don't understand why the state isn't trying to pursue death penalty with 3 different murder trials. They have it, but they're not doing it. And I think that's pretty bizarre. But at least it's coming to an end and can give the family some closure. And I'm going to be watching the 3rd trial whenever that comes. It should be starting in the summer, I think. And so we'll be there for that. And maybe, I'm kind of hoping that it's a different courtroom, because I would like to be able to see Lori's reaction to everything. Like they said, you could only see the back of her head, and that's all we could see either. And I said yesterday, it's like she didn't look surprised at all. So it's funny that they were saying so many of the things that us viewers were thinking as well. So, all right, look for that in description. I'll do it right now, get that in a few minutes. And I will be back on in just a little bit. We're gonna watch the jurors speaking out next.